Hello, my absolutely beautiful Leo friends, and welcome to your horoscope for May of 2023, where Leo, this month we've got Mercury coming out of retrograde, Mars moving into your sign, Jupiter moving into Taurus, lighting up the beautiful top of your chart. So your title, what we call you in public, your career, all of this has got just such a beautiful boost of energy happening. Not to mention we have got an eclipse that is also going to be happening in your home zone. So changing your course of direction just a bit, okay? All right, my beautiful Leo friends, let's get in here and talk about what's happening this month. Now, first and foremost, on the 1st, when we come into this month, we have got Pluto stepping into retrograde in your 7th house, in that energy of Aquarius, okay? Now, Pluto came into Aquarius in March of this year. So between March and this time, between March and May 1st, what started to pique your attention about behaviors, patterns, control, manipulation, passion, desire? What's come up for you around relationships or behaviors or outdated belief systems that are coming up around relationships for you? Do you have some fear or some trepidation, some hesitation around primary relationships in your life? This is what you'll have some time to do some deeper reflection, research, learning about as Pluto is in this retrograde, because ultimately this is a signal that this is an area where something needs to die off so that something else can live, so that you can step into that next primary relationship, so that you can step into that next direction. But you also kind of have to see the barriers that have maybe held that up for a time, okay? When we get to the 5th, we are going to have a full moon lunar eclipse happening at 14 degrees of Scorpio. So fellow fixed sign. So this is a fixed eclipse, okay? But the full moon is asking us to end something, acknowledge something, or to make an adjustment. And for you, Leo, this is lighting up your 4th house space. So in the 4th house, we're doing home, family, real estate, property, your roots, your grounding, parents even can happen in this area. So in this way, especially over this next 6 months for you, Leo, I really feel like you've got some uncover, discover, discard that is happening for you, whether you are actually moving and shifting your location, or you are like ready to declare a different state of being in your home zone, right? Or maybe you're ready to surrender something in your home zone, or surrender something, or transition from old ideas of your childhood. Now, whatever it is, I can tell you that it has been on the table for several years now. You've been working at this, you've been looking at this. So whatever it is, it's had a little bit of fertilizer on it already, Leo, and now it's just trying to come to fruition or end so that it can begin, okay? When we get to the 7th, we see Venus moving into the energy of Cancer, lighting up your 12th house space. Venus coming to the 12th house really, I feel like, is the ultimate in permission for you to rest, and to especially rest your nervous system. Rest your nervous system, rest how social you're being. It's fantastic because it can attract things. Venus is an attracting in energy, but it's also about building a lot of harmony. So where can you find harmony, Leo, in being out there, but also needing to take respite? Now, I do have to say, as I was doing the forecast for you this month, I don't see this very often, but I did have this signature for you when Venus gets into this energy of Cancer here, that for whatever reason, through your 12th house lens, I'm wondering, Leo, if you are not in transit. Like if this isn't what gets you going into that move, right? It like triggers that I'm changing my home zone, right? And maybe you're not particularly thrilled about it. That's the 12th house concept that I see here, where it's like, I don't actually know where I'm going, or I do know where I'm going, but I don't have my mailing address. Like something is changing, and it seems like it is not in full clarity around your home or your family situation at this time as well. But other things in the 12th house zone, your creativity, are you working on projects behind the scenes? Are you working on a retreat, doing something spiritual, resting, going deeper into your dream life or your astro travels? What is it for you? Because Venus is magnifying this area, making it magnetic and pulling things towards you so that you can have the ease, security, and comfort that you need. When we get to the 14th, we see Mercury coming out of retrograde in the energy of Taurus, which the Taurus area of your chart is just lit up. It's the tip top of your chart, Leo, your career, your title that we call you in public. And that's, are you the front desk person? Are you the manager? Are you single? Are you married? What do we call you in public? Because Taurus season has also brought a change, is bringing in this change to what we call you in public. And I will say that because it's 10th house and it also has to do with your career or the direction you would like to take your life, with the Mercury retrograde, which really kicked off on April 7th, went retrograde on April 21st, is coming direct here and will leave post-retrograde shadow on May 31st. If there's been any hang-ups, hold-ups, delays, anything like that, or you've needed to do a lot of revision on practical things should start getting going as Mercury comes out of this retrograde. And then I think you see full resolution to it by the time we are at the 31st, okay? On the 16th, Jupiter moves out of that energy of Aries, where it's been in your 9th house. It's been pushing, you've been publishing, marketing, broadcasting, branding, and expanding. The travel life has been big. It's like, go for it, right? Have the dream and go for it. Put yourself out there, Leo. Let your name be known and heard. And now on the 16th, Jupiter is going to move into the energy of Taurus, again, making solid this career area of your life, expanding your name, bringing different wisdom, broadening your horizons, changing the level of faith that you have in this 10th house area. For many people who are experiencing Jupiter in this 10th house, I also think that you'll do the most practical thing ever, like take an advantage of an opportunity to make a long-term commitment that is available to you, or at least you're planning for it or something like that. Now, whatever it is, as we get to the 17th of the month, we will see Jupiter come into a square with Pluto. And I think that this is really one of the most significant aspects that we have all month, because Jupiter has been to Taurus before in your chart. Just back up 12 years ago. What were you working on at that time? What was happening for you in your career, your identity? Did you have these ideas or these beliefs, Jupiter, of, oh, I'll never get married, or I don't need that in my life, or I will never do that, right? Like, what was changing around your thought process, your belief process, your willing to accept praise and promotion in public, whatever that was. Now, as Jupiter is squaring this Plutonian energy, hopefully you are seeing that this is it. On the 17th, we head into a new world, a new territory, and that stuff is gone. The old world falls away. So the outdated belief systems, the outdated use of faith, the outdated use of publishing yourself, broadcasting yourself, the truths that cannot govern your world anymore, they are done. As of the 17th, we are moving solidly into the digital revolution. We are solidly moving into the world going forward. So what is the one idea for you that you are working on and that is changing? And it is changing your thinking in a very big way. I mean, these can be fundamental truths that are rearranged for you, okay? As we get to the 19th, we are also going to have a new moon in this Taurus area at 28 degrees. So I'm telling you, if anything has felt stuck or stagnant around work or money, things like that, this energy, this new moon, plant those seeds of intention, and this lunation kind of gets things going forward again. It's like you get out of that fixed energy constipation that I think that Mercury retrograde brought in, and now you're able to start creeping some things forward. But also in a very practical, long-term way, what do you want to begin here? And you've got to begin it with new faith, new beliefs, and new horizons as the goal, new wisdom as the goal of whatever you create here in this 10th house space, okay? On the 20th, we are going to see that Mars moves into your sign, into the energy of Leo. So you might be ready to go. You're feisty, meisty. You know what I mean? You're like, I'm trying to do things. I'm feeling good. I'm ready to do big things. It's a passionate, playful, energetic kind of energy. It is honestly great for doing things. Move your body. You want to get that body in shape. You're trying to get your summer body, or depending on where you are in the world, your that season body, right? This is a great time to do that. But the other thing is that Mars is still Mars. So if there is conflict to be had, you may be provoking conflict. And conflict doesn't always mean bad. Conflict can mean change of direction. You could be the one stepping up, changing the game, changing the direction of relationships in your life because you're like, I don't believe that anymore. That was very narrow-minded of me. You know, whatever it is, Mars is going to change the course of where you are going in the direction that you are pointed, and typically it is for the good, okay? As we close out this month on the 21st, we're going to see the sun move into the energy of Gemini, bringing light, heat, life, and vitality. This lights up your social grouping. So, you know, are you having a wedding? Are you having a party? Are you having a pool party? Are you doing something online with a social grouping where you're being recognized, or you're just in tandem and in friendship with people? I really think that this Gemini season for you, though, Leo, is so much about, it's so much about you have hustled. And you have proven that no matter what life throws your way, you know how to adapt, you know how to move, you know how to respond. And now you're kind of seeing the glory of that, and also being surrounded by people who can support you to continue your journey forward. Now, the 11th house is organizations, friends, friendships, the aspirations that you have for yourself, you know, how you want to see yourself in public. Do you want to see yourself as that networker, that salesperson, that connector of information, that sharer of information? So in whatever way that speaks to you, Leo, I think that this Gemini season is going to be absolutely gorgeous for you to be surrounded by information and the people who are in support of the information that you bring. All right, Leos, let me know what happens. What big things are you getting into? What title changes are you taking on? Are you moving in a direction of your career or your home? Let me know in the comment section down below. I hope you have a gorgeous month. I look forward to seeing you every week, and I will definitely see you in June. Bye, beautiful Leos.